Cartoon Fanatic here, and thank God I finished all seasons, all seasons of a series of unfortunate events. So, I'm sorry it takes so long to review this thing, but stuff happens around the house, that kind of stuff. So, that I am a bit off about this show. This is quite often, though. Like, when a while back, I said the show was kind of like a new version of the movie, but it wasn't kind of movie. But I was wrong about the whole thing I said about this TV show. Like back then, but like back then I was like so confused what this movie is about. So whatever. So the show, it's really good for matter of fact. Like I watch all like not like 11 episodes for each day. It's a bit more than that thing to whatever you obviously do, and a bit more often kind of, and I have a bit more problem about the show, like problems about what problems like what happened to the show problems, like what happened to the actual actors problems. There's that. But I do like Neil Patrick Harrison as the role of Count Olaf. He was the best of the best. Like he was the best from the worst movies than the actual good movies that I watched over, I guess. Yeah, so you guys wondering why I'm still here doing reviews while you're just making up some other cartoons you watch from, I don't know, A to Z. So I didn't get that so far. So anyway, so, like, what I'm saying, oh yeah, then, so this TV show is kind of a big deal to me though. Like, I'm a huge, like, a little bit of a fan of Unfortunate Events. Like, I never read the book. Like, I watched the movie and not the book. I'm sorry. I'm still caught with no book, so we're reading this. But I heard that some kind of like actor playing Count Olaf was Jim Carrey, and another guy was Neil Patrick Harrison, who started a role as Count Olaf, and Jim Carrey, who played as him again. But to be just honest about this review, like I've been like watching the whole series the whole episode since like I was there in the whole thing. Half of it I was about to figure out who was the actual, who was the actual thing, who was the actual guy who ever worked into my assumptions. So, guess who? Count Olaf. Well, he never meant the TV show never mentioned if the movie had nothing to do with it. But I'll tell you I'm gonna analyze this thing for most of it. That in the movie, it evolves around Count Olaf being a guardian to three kids, like Klaus, Violet, Sunny, and it was a bit more often, but the characters are a bit off. Like, the villains are kind of, sweethearted, kind of, in the movie. But then the TV show, it has different characters, and different plots, most of it. It revolves around when Kellogg trying to date, and trying to marry, not kidding, Violet, because he wants to get his fortune. So when he wanted to get Count Olaf's fortune. Well, Count Olaf wants the fortune. So he wanted to get rich. He wanted to get rich for most of it. So that was a big plot about this. Two of them had a different plot whatsoever. Like, I'm still into the TV show, mostly. The TV show is kind of a big deal, so I don't care. Like, the TV show was kind of a bit off and a bit unsettling to most of you, kind of, and, it's a bit more concerning than I usually wanted. So, I guess the show is not that good, but it's really good though. Like I don't get it though. In the movie, Count Olaf has a deer behind his backyard, but in the TV show, he has a deer right off to the city, and he married Violet. He almost married Violet, but then Klaus put his away and not letting Violet marry Count Olaf. Like I know this like that TV show and the movie are kind of the same, but different characters. I gotta say, them characters are kind of a hit and miss. You know, like I've seen every single episode, and all the characters so differently than the movie. Like Dr. Montgomery. It's really off. First, he was played by the guy who was in Garfield 2. Now, I'm not gonna say his name, but suddenly I forgot his name, so you can bear me in the comments below what his name was. And in the TV show, he was like a method type of like a doctor or something. I don't know who played by, but I don't know who. Probably, but you can bear the comments below too, because I don't know every actor in the movie, but I know some of them are kind of different. So, and then like there was a widow. Um, there was a widow in the movie. I can remember. And Josephine was a craziest thing ever. She was like in the movie. She was I don't know. She was kind of like a weak person with different phobias everywhere. The phobias of catching fire and breaking glass, falling out of houses, and collapsing. It's like that. But in the show, it was kind of different because, you know, it was kind of a big deal whatsoever because I didn't get the show whatsoever too. Besides, in the TV show, they have Aunt Josephine as a black woman. I'm not being racist here, but a black woman, like, come on, you gotta put in like a Angela Jolie as put makeup on her saying as Aunt Josephine, but a black woman. I'm saying it. I'm saying again though. I'm not being racist, but really, a black woman? You gotta seriously. Even the kids know who Aunt Josephine was back in the day, but you know they were quite different. And then we got another plot twist, kind of. Well, in the movie, it aroused everything about the whole thing that the characters that the Jim Carrey character was like you know, all dressed up in different clothing, like doing a personality. And in the TV show, it was the same thing. But the movie, it was quite the same thing, but a little bit. Then actually, then like, you know, it was a bit more unsettling, if you quite ask, if you noticed everything around it. So, yeah, but actually, I want to tell you about the secret ending about this TV show and the movie. Well, if you want to know about the spoiler alert, please comment below if you don't want to. If you don't want me to spoil it at the end for you, then the spoiler ending for you, please go ahead and watch it yourself on Netflix. It's free on Netflix. It's really free. You don't have to like wait for it until another season. Just click on it now and like watch every episode on it. Okay, so so anyway, I'll talk about the spoiler alert here. All right, so at the end of the movie, it has Count Olaf went to jail, and the kids are free with their new guardian. That is now Count Olaf. But in the TV show ending, it has a different thing. Well, in the they didn't mention every part of it, but in the other seasons, in the other episodes, they have a kid working at the log, and it was kind of settling. I could be more crucified to that than to be to spoil it for you. But it had kids working inside the log cabin, and it was kind of unsettling in most ideas. Like, who wants to work at a log cabin? Like, come on, really? There's three kids working in a log cabin, and in the movie it doesn't show like that. It shows when Cat Olaf went to jail, and three kids live with their new guardians, and nothing's happening. But in the TV show, it takes a long way turn. It has the molten feeling about the show. Well, in the show, the parents are still alive and went to jail for burning down the house, kind of, and burning down the cabin, well, the log cabin, you gotta say, and you know, and then in the movie, the parents are dead, like officially dead. But to be just exactly honest, to be true, like I've seen multiple secret endings about it. You know, everything. So that I can be a good person at this thing. So at so moving on, that the log cabin was kind of a twist ending from the movie because in the movie they didn't mention the log cabin because you know the kids are all free to their guardians and whatsoever. But in the TV show, they didn't work in the log. They worked in the log cabin for like 3 days, and they went out to see whatsoever. But the biggest twist ending is that Count Olaf was dressed as a girl. I'm not serious. I'm not kidding. Count Olaf dressed as a girl. Wow. If I show you a clip of it, I could be copyrighted forever. But to be just a bit more amusing, that I am a bit, I'm a bit type of person who knows about the ending and the movie too. But you know, in the end of the movie, the kids are, you know, the kids are free with their new guardian or whatever, and the other kids in the TV show had to work in a log cabin for a whole thing, and one of those henchmen from Cat Olaf was dressed as a mysterious speakerphone for 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 a speaker, and just hide away from it forever. But in the TV show, it has Klaus hypnotized for a bit second. You won't see it. But in the movie, it doesn't mention like that. It mentions that everything happened in the end, goodbye, the end, whatsoever. You know, it's great for that thing. But hypnotize, what? Hypnotism? You put hypnotism onto your TV show. How is that a comparison to the actual movie? I know you saying that the TV show was kind of different from the movie, and you have to accept it from most ideas, but I don't. I don't accept it at all. I want a big comparison to the movie and TV show. Well, listen here, in the TV show, after the law thing happened, they went off to the boarding school for no apparent reason. But in the TV show, it shows the whole thing that happened. The whole thing that happened to the kids that will happen to Count Olaf. So I can leave off with that thing because that movie was kind of big deal. So in other one, the TV show, it has a secret ending that doesn't mean nothing at all. In the ending of the last episode, it was about singing, and no kidding, it was about singing. All they do is sing about what that happened to everything in the episode. In the movie, they don't sing because you know why? It's a bit off. Ugh, sorry. So so I guess so far. The movie had done nothing to the TV show. Well, the movie is with Nickelodeon, and the TV show was from Netflix. Would that compare nothing to you? Like, nothing at all? Like, nothing? Like, I don't get it so far. Like, what if, like, some other TV show happens to be, you know, regularized for most viewers, I guess? Like, whatsoever. I'm being blaring about what kind of TV show, what kind of stuff happens. Like, in my last video, it's like, I was, you know, I was a bit off for watching, for reviewing the Minions for absolutely no reason. So, anyway, so, goddamn, what else? Oh, yeah, and, so, the whole thing was over. The whole thing was barely over, but it didn't mention the movie. Didn't mention the whole theater thing that happened in the movies. They watch a movie. They're I don't know, but the whole thing was great. So I'm gonna talk about this whole thing again. The movie had nothing to do with TV. So I don't know to actually have a fourth wall breaking for most episodes. Like, who would watch the brick, the wall from Pink Floyd? Really? A Pink Floyd reference. Okay? That's just way too far for a TV show. But, to the other one, it does not have something else. Well, I'm talking about the beginning first, okay? In the beginning though, it has, the movie, it has the happy elf singing about something else. But in the beginning though, they talk about the whole cutoff thing and moving on to the actual plot. So it could be that obvious. It could be just, I don't know, I don't know. Because, it's good. So, anyway, so the characters, first of all, the characters are different. And they are a bit, are a bit whenever than an actual thing. Yeah, and I'm sorry I'm comparing this to the movie, to the TV show. But the characters, though. Why the characters? Like, really? I would try to break it out to see episode 1 to the last episode. So episode 1 centers around kids, right? So the name is Klaus, Violet, and, Klaus, Violet, and Sunny. Actual things. But the kid characters were kind of a bit off, Like, in the movie, the Cloud, Sunny, and Violet was a bit more like a dead giveaway. Like, it shows around parents, okay? So what else I could be more exciting to? It's good. So, why do why did like the TV show have nothing to do with the movie? And the movie doesn't to the TV show. One second. Okay. No, sorry. So I watched all seasons of. I watched another season, all episodes of the TV show, and I watched the movie twice. No kidding, twice before, and I didn't recognize the characters from the TV show. Dr. Montgomery was played by the guy who's in the Garfield Part 2, and it does not compute. Okay? But even though that they had different reference and wall breakings for everything. In the movie, they didn't have the wall breakings. They have, I absolutely no idea. But to be just a bit more often, Mr. Poe, not the Colored Panda Poe, just Mr. Poe, the accountant or something, was played by the same guy who played the other movies or TV shows, or whatever. But in the TV show, it was played by a different actor, who is a bit much like Poe. But Mr. Poe in the movie was a little weak. But in their imagination for a TV show, it was about a huge difference whatsoever. It's a bit off, I gotta say. And you know, so why did just put off the TV show and not the movie? Like why? Like seriously, why just doing that? So anyway, just to be off for instance, the TV show has nothing to do with the actual movie. The movie does nothing to the TV show. That's a big difference. What? That's a big difference, huh? So, after I watch every single episode whatsoever, I'm not gonna break it down to last episode. I'm gonna review every single one episode. That's not have to be not just no ideas. Okay? But like I did with the Minions one, I'm not gonna do like a one part movie to the next. I'm gonna do like the whole comparison to whatsoever the worst is. But this show is not the worst. This is like the best TV show ever. Mine's not gonna be like a bit obscure one ever. Like I'm not gonna be like obscuring in person. I am. Okay. Like I'm not gonna do a commentary about this episode because people are just commenting whatsoever what they actually want it to be. So anyway, like I could be like a bit more for this TV show kind of. This TV show is kind of a bit more off. Like I noticed like in every single episode they have all playing different roles with their different characters. And first off they're like Outlaws, Stefano, the captain guy whatsoever, and one played by whatsoever. Then he dressed up as the other one dressed up as the girl who was named something else. And like I don't know who was named something else, I don't know. Then they actually didn't have nothing to do with it. But it could be just off-selling to be great. But I could tell more about this thing. The movie, it has no restaurants whatsoever. They're going off to different Guardians. But in the TV show, they stop at a restaurant called a clown restaurant. I don't care. Besides, they actually talk about something else. But in the whole thing, in the movie, they don't have no narrator narrate nothing. But it has in the TV show, it has a narrator played by Patrick, who is played by Joe Swanson from American Dad. I know the voice of it. I know the voice of the narrator. So I know the voice narrator, and I love it so much. The whole thing I do is I love the TV show so much that I want to watch it again, and you should too, because this is a mystery they never forget. Anyway, so that was my full-on review of a series of unfortunate events. If you have more to say about the show, please go to the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. But anyway, this TV show was awesome. I gotta say it's really good. I'll give my ratings. Before I do that, I will say that I have a new channel called Letterman. That is not Letterman. I have a new channel called, bear with me, Video Pranker. Like in my channel, I'll be doing stuff I never actually do it before. Besides, I have a prank channel. Yes, I do. But you don't have to say no more because I want to say it to do it. But I have another channel called Wherever Man that I have one video to show it, and you know about this video, and you know about the video whatsoever. So anyway, go to the channel and go to my one video called is Todd from BoJack Horseman is gay. You can go on it, and you can go on it too. Anyway, anyway, um, this show is really good. It was awesome. Different story, different plot, whatsoever. So I would give it my honest thing to do it. I will give it 10 out of 10 because you know why? It's a good movie to watch and a good TV show to watch while you're not doing anything to you. So anyway, so anyway, um, so anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, I love cartoons more than you. Okay, so please comment below what's your favorite episode or seasons of the series of Unfortunate Events. Okay, and please, no spammers. I don't want no spammers on my channel. Okay, just stop doing that. Okay. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.